Hi, and welcome to Prepping Essentials. Well, it's the early hours of Saturday morning, and here I am, parked outside the supermarket, waiting to do my normal weekly food shop. Quite often, when I do that, I will grab a coffee from the coffee shop next door, either a takeaway and sit in the car and drink it, or sit and use the Wi-Fi in the cafe. And today, I thought, well, I'm here doing my food shop. As usual, I'll be picking up some additions to my long-term food storage, and the two items, coffee, long-term food storage, came together, and I thought, what can you buy for the price of a coffee? So let's find out. The cost of your coffee will pretty much depend on what kind of coffee you have and which coffee shop you normally go to. But for the sake of argument, let's assume it's either a regular Americano or a cappuccino, and take a mean average between your various Costas, Starbucks, McDonald's and high street shops, and you'll find it's about £2, £2.10. So let's call it £2 for argument's sake. So as I wander around the supermarket today, I'll get my normal shopping, and I will be topping up on a couple of items, and I'll just make a point of checking the latest prices on some of the stuff that I normally stock as part of my long-term food preps. So I've been doing the normal food shop today, and I've topped up on a few different items, but it gave me the idea for this video. Quite often I'll pop into, I don't know, Starbucks, Costa Coffee, even McDonald's, and just grab a coffee to go, and I wondered what you can get for the price of that coffee. So I've pulled a few things out onto the counter, and we'll whiz through and see what you get in exchange for your £2 cup of coffee. Lots of different options in terms of meats. I pick up these regularly just to stock up. You've got a can of 250 grams bacon grill, spam call it if you want. They're £1 a piece, so for your £2 you can have 2 cans of this bacon grill. Alternatively, still on the subject of meat, these you can pick up. I normally get these out of the pound shops, the bargain shops. These have been 49p for a while now, so I do keep topping up on these. So you can have 4 for your £2 at 250 grams, same content essentially as the bacon grill, 4 cans of ham for the price of your coffee. Fish, I've mentioned this in lots of videos before. Cans of sardines, they come in different kinds of sauces. Tomato is the one that I normally get, but you can get sunflower or just brine, which is a bit yucky. These come out at 36 to 40p depending on where you shop. So therefore for your £2 coffee you can get 5 cans of sardines. These are something that I get regularly as well. It's a bit of a 2-in-1. They're cans of baked beans and pork sausages. Lots of different companies and supermarkets do these. Again, beans and sausages come out at 40p a can. So again, you're getting 5 cans for the price of your coffee. The good thing about these is they're very easy. You can eat them cold out of the can, as you can with all of those meats and fishes. But these, you do get an awful lot of calories, 25 grams of protein. So you are getting quite a lot of bang for your buck. Okay, to be fair, the sausages aren't fantastic. It's reconstituted meat after all. But they don't taste bad at all. They're extremely filling, and I say you are getting lots of calories, proteins, fats, all the stuff you need out of those cans for very little effort and for very little price. 5 there for the price of your 1 cup of coffee. Talked about these lots of times as well in different videos. The old ramen noodles. They are extremely cheap, depending on where you shop. They're anywhere from 15p to 20p. So if we averaged it at 20p, you're going to get 10 packs of noodles for the price of your coffee. And they are essentially a meal in a packet. You could live off those, not for very long, granted, but as with all of the other stuff that I talk about, you can add to them. You can add your meats or your fishes or whatever you want to get the calories and the proteins and the fats up. But as a snack, absolutely nothing wrong with them as they are. Again, very quick, boil some water up, stick them in a pan, and away you go. 10 for the price of your cup of coffee. Moving on now to stuff you'll have seen in previous videos as well, your kind of bulk dried foods. We'll start off, I think, with porridge, because it is such a fantastic food source of proteins and fats and calories. You can pick these up, 75p a bag. It's essentially just rolled oats in a bag. I've done them on a previous video, so you'll see. So 2 kilo bags at 75p a piece comes in just under your £2 cup of coffee. So you could always have a bag of noodles to make it up to your £2. These really are fantastic for servings, bang for buck. You'll get 50 servings out of this for your £2, and each serving you're going to get 165 calories, 3.2 grams of fat, and just shy of 4.5 grams of protein per serving. So you're getting 50 servings, a breakfast meal if you will, for the price of your coffee. You can add to these. You can do it with water, you can do it with milk. If you don't have fresh milk, you can use the powdered milk. I've mentioned that in a previous video. But since it comes in at shy of £2, you could add to that. You can always get yourself some dried fruit. In this case, this is a bag of sultanas. There's half a kilo there. I think they're around about 60p actually for those. Or you can add honey, which you should have in your stores anyway. Or I suppose a bit of random, you could add some marmalade. These marmalades certainly you could have with those for the price of your coffee at £2. Honey, probably slightly more than that, depending on what you're buying. But it adds to the porridge and just gives it a little bit of flavour. And in the case of sultanas, it gives you a lot more calories and energy as well. So that's porridge oats. You're getting 2 kilos for the price of your coffee. Another thing I have repeatedly banged on about in previous videos when it comes to long-term food storage is rice. You can actually live off rice. Ask the Thai people, the Chinese people. That is their essential basic food, rice. So these bags of rice come in at 45p each. So you're getting 4 kilos of rice for the price £2 of your cup of coffee. Again, you're getting a lot of bang for buck with rice. Out of these bags, you'll get 53 servings. So that's well on your way for your long-term food storage just in these 4 bags alone. And of course, they do keep forever if you store them right. Out of your 53 servings, each serving will give you 267 calories. And again, it's nutritious. You've got your fats, 1.3 grams per serving. Your carbs, you've got 59 grams per serving. And you're getting just shy, 4.9, just shy of 5 grams of protein per serving. So 53 servings, 4 kilos of rice for the price of your coffee. Finally, I've mentioned these in a previous video as well. Pasta. These bags of pasta, they're half kilo bags. They come in at 29p per bag. So you're getting 6 bags of pasta for actually less than £2. So again, you could throw in a bag of noodles to make it up to your £2. You're getting 6 bags, 3 kilos of pasta for the price of your coffee. Again, excellent long-term food storage. Again, it keeps forever so long as you store it correctly. And again, you can add lots of things to your pasta when you make it up to provide a decent meal. Whether that's, again, your meats, you can add sauces, you can even add packet soups or tinned soups. Once you've finished boiling this off, you could throw a packet of powdered soup into the mix as it is to give you a bit of a sauce with your pasta. Alternatively, you could take out your water and add a can of soup to give you a sauce with your pasta. Or you can go and do the traditional thing of buying pasta sauces. Again, they come in all different kinds and shapes. You've got plain tomato sauce. In this case, you've got tomato sauce with herbs. You've got even sweet and sour sauces in jars or in plastic paper cartons. These come in at 35 to 39 pence per unit, per bottle or per carton. So again, that gives you 5 for your £2. Personally, what I would do, though I do have quite a few of these jars, because a benefit of the jars is you can reuse them later. But in the jar, you get in 400 or 440, depending on which jar it is, grams per unit. In these little cartons, you're actually getting 500 grams. So it would make sense, actually, if you're not bothered about recycling the jars, it would make sense to get these. These are actually 35p, whereas the jars are 39p. Also, you're getting a more pure product in these. The jars tend to have different additives in them, whether that's a sweet and sour mix or herbs or general additives, whereas these tend to be more natural tomato. Shelf life on these is excellent. 2021 on the cartons. I think the jars are probably the same. That one's 2020. That one's also 2020. So for your price of your coffee, £2, you're getting 5 of these. So essentially what I'm trying to drill through with this video is the message of you desperately need to sort out your food and water, long-term storage. Those are the essentials you'll need for any kind of grid down crisis or disaster. But it doesn't have to be expensive. Add to your normal weekly shop. Certainly you can add £2 the cost of a coffee. Anybody can do that on a normally weekly shop without a dramatic impact on the budget. And as you can see, for your £2 you can get an awful lot of stuff, whether that's your 4 kilos of rice, whether that's your 2 kilos of oats, or whether that's your 3 kilos of pasta. Those items will go an awful long way in terms of getting your food storage up. As I said, 30 servings, 50 servings, 53 servings. It's a lot of stuff there, just for the sake of a £2 cup of coffee. Well, that's it for this video. I hope that you found something in there that's been of use to you. If you have enjoyed the video, then please do click on the like button. Also, please feel free to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. As always, welcome any questions, comments or suggestions you might have. Tell me about your long-term food storage and what you put in it. But for now, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.